friend, great historian, Bible scholar. Islam.
You notice I didn't mess with the food.
Praise Allah, brother Princess, right here, coming out of the Bible, Psalms 82, Islam. And this kind measures, starting off time never was, but man was not. Islam is ending this measure with the manifested light. And wake up, you God. Islam. We give him honor. I'd like to call our next speaker, brother whom we see doing some great work. Very fiery brother too. He have a voice that'll make you like pay attention. You know. And you're gonna find out. Very kind brother, and he loved the prophet. And we see his passion and his sincerity. We on that road because civics is not being taught. Islam. You talk about civics, you talk about civilization. You talk about citizenship. Islam. When you delve a little deeper, you'll find out that the people who was clinging to a name that alluded to slavery were stateless. Refugees. Slaves. My God. So we know that this brother's on the road for that. And we definitely gonna sit back down and use those tools, man. Straighten out those crooked ways. Islam? Without further ado, we'd like you all to welcome our brother, man, friend, brother Cannon Bay.
Islam.
I don't know about my voice, but I can do my best in my public speaking. First, I'd like to bow my crown in submission to the one true God, Allah. And I'd like to give praise and honors to the Honorable Prophet Noble Ali. You know, when I was little, when I played outside and I failed and I hurt myself, and I scraped my knee, I would go in the house and my mother would clean the wound and put a Band-Aid on. We've been through 400 years of slavery, 200 years of apartheid, another 150 years of prison, being put in prison. I mean, the list just goes on and on to lynchings. A Band-Aid won't fix that.
Hello.
The Honorable Prophet Noble Ali came to do a surgery. That's what was needed, a surgery. The surgery that he performed on us was teaching us who we were, to understand that we had to go back to the principles of our forefathers. But most important of all, he taught us law, Islam. So when I was growing up, every Sunday on Easter we would watch Moses. And Moses would talk to the Pharaoh and say, men cannot be ruled by men but by law alone. And more science simple of America, we are taught that law governs all events. So I'm saying that so that y'all know that I didn't come here to abolish the prophet, nor the law.
We know what you're here for. We know what you're here for.
The deal is this. The Honorable Prophet Noble Ali told us there was no more chains on us. That the only chains on us now is mental. If we have nothing but mental chains on us while we're still in the condition that we're in, we all have a perspective of things. And we have to begin to understand that our perspectives really is not that much. Our beliefs are not that much. Because somebody else got another perspective and somebody else got another perspective. So we really want real answers that won't start arguments or big long discussions. All we have to do is read the law
That's true.
and institute the law to the letter.
Yes, sir.
Because the law is written. So the words of the Pharaoh used to say, so let it be written, so let it be done. So this time that we in now is our time. According to biblical scripture. It's the time. How do we know that it's the time? Because Paul told them that it would be the time now. He told them, he said, don't forget that these is God's people. He put them in a stupor. But when we reach our fullness, he gonna remove the stupor off of them. So if you look on the internet, you can see that the European race is declining every day, which means they reach their fullness. And as you look around at our people, you see our people are awakening in vast numbers. A lot of us never even finished college, but we can entertain the best professors. So, so the thing of it is I follow know what you all these footsteps as closely as possible. Because he said he left his footsteps clear, only a fool could have it. So, in following the prophet's footsteps, I began to understand when the prophet said that he desired for our people not to be an inferior race, an inferior people. And when you look up the word inferior in the Black Law Dictionary, it tells you he who writes the law is superior, and he who is subject to it is inferior.
What's up, bro?
Until we, as a nation of people, are writing our own laws, we are inferior. We can't argue. It subjects us to the laws of every other nation. And this is why Noble Drew Ali said, when he traveled to the South, he examined the conditions of his people. And it was because of his people why we had Jim Crow laws and segregation laws. So it made me think. And as I read the Bible, I noticed something in the Bible that was happening over and over and over again. God will walk with us. We will be a very prosperous nation of people. We will get disobedient. And into bondage he will cast us. Sin is a transgression of the law according to the Bible. I really want y'all to pay attention and get it. One of our ancestors will come and reestablish the covenant. And our God will walk with us again and we will be prosperous again. We will get disobedient and back in the bondage we go. We got disobedient though. It say in the beginning was God, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. The Bible also tells you that the Holy Seed is the Word of God. The Holy Seed and the Word of God is you. We the ones he gave the law to. Every time society plunges into darkness, it's always us that pulls it back out because we maintain the law. We forgot that. Because the Christian preachers was telling us it's not about law anymore, it's about grace. The Bible tells us if you circumcise, Jesus is no benefit to you. No benefit to you. Paul said Jesus cannot come 430 years later and do away with a contract that God made with Abraham. Wake up.
Praise the Lord.
You got a covenant that you got to uphold. Paul says circumcision is nothing, uncircumcision is nothing. Why? He talking to Europeans. That's not their covenant.
Praise the Lord.
He said let every man go back to how he came in the beginning. If you came in while a slave, if you could free yourself, then do that. But if you can't, don't worry about it. You are now freed men under God. And those who are free are now Christ's slaves. Understand, when we came into Christianity, we were slaves. They was free. This is why they propagate Jesus Christ the way they do. we gotta get the right understanding. They following their covenant.
Yes, sir.
We ain't following ours.
Demonstrate.
You know, it's real hard to get around the law.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Man.
Real hard. And it's even harder once you really begin to understand that the whole key to us being a prosperous nation of people again is like, it's so simple that people can't believe it.
Come on, man.
Know what you Ali was sent here to redeem us as a nation of people. He redeemed our land and he redeemed us.
Islam.
In the year of Jubilee,
Praise God.
when everybody else got pledged for the dead in 1933, not the Moorish American people. We was a pure and free nation. They could not pledge us for the dead. Wake up. You free. The prophet paid everything that needed to be paid. And set the ball rolling on them. Made them have to start paying rent. This is why they on the way out. You on the way in. But we gotta line up to that law.
That's it. Islam.
The prophet say, I'm not gonna wake all y'all up at one time because y'all are dangerous people, y'all test something up.
Yes, sir. Demonstrate.
Understand why he said that. Some of us gotta wake up first and get our government back straight. So as the others wake up, we can maintain order.
Islam. Truly. Islam.
Make no mistake about it. Our government has been reestablished. Organizations are nothing but band-aids. They would never be the true answer to none of our problems. We didn't have any organization.
That's right.
The prophet said, an organization can never have a government, but a government can have many organizations.
That's right. That's right.
You're a Black Panther, stay one.
That's right. Right.
Nation of Islam, stay right there, that's what you have to with. But we got one government.
That's right.
And when you learn the law and understand, guess what? The law is a beautiful thing because Allah showed me that I don't have to go around and talk to everybody to unify everybody. When I truly understand law, all I have to do is write it. And that's what I did. I already unified all of us under one covenant with our God. I held it up. I put my blood on it. That covenant is called a state constitution. All nations have it. It's a reason why they say a state constitution is the supreme law of the land. You gotta understand, it's a covenant between the nation of people and their God. It cannot be broken by nobody. Article 1, Section 10 of the United States Constitution says that no state can pass any law impairing the obligation of contracts. You got one of the greatest contracts of all right now, your state constitution. You can walk in any courtroom in America now and drop your state constitution in there, and guess what? The judge got something to go by for you now. You're no longer an African American, but a Moorish national and a Moorish American with first class citizenship. No need for you to vote in their elections. You're a nation of people, you got your own leaders, your own government officials, your own laws. Ain't nothing stopping you but you. The prophet said, ain't no more chains on you. What's stopping you? All you see in the 60s, Martin Luther King said he integrated us into a burning house. They made it where we could ride on the white folks' bus, white folks' cab, even the white folks' restaurant. And we abandoned all our own stuff and all our stuff closed up. Guess what? We did the same thing with our government. We abandoned it and went after the Europeans to be part of what they created, what they instead of steady running our own. But guess what? All we did was abandon the seats. So the seats is waiting for you to come back and fill them. See, government ain't a hard thing. And us getting back to the plateau that we need and what we desire to get back to, which is having the right of self-determination, only come from us passing our own laws. As long as another nation can pass laws over you, they have power over you. brother wanna open up a club. He like to dance, he like to party. You know, our people like to dance, like to party. They tell him, man, he can't open a club. He been to prison before. So it's simple to just keep him in a box. I seen a sister, I used to live in Gary, Indiana. She wanted to do a home daycare. They shut her down, told her, no, it's too many of them out here. Sister trying to take care of herself and her kids. You know, we got the power right now to, all we have to do is sit down and elect judges. Illinois law say any elected judge, the sheriff, has to follow the orders of any elected judge. Any elected judge. See, W. Ali did a lot. He brought us our culture, our traditions, our nationality, our religion. He lined us back up with free national principles and standards, and this is our national standard, our flag. A brother called me today and said, when can I claim my free national name? When I can start using my free national name? I said, brother, you can start using that immediately. What you think your free national name is? He said, something bait. I say, that's not your free national name, brother. Your free national name is Moorish American. It's known all over the world. Just like Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Irish, these are free national names. So for any of us to get to where Noble Ali wanted us to go, we all must become national citizens again. National citizens, honoring our forefathers and foremothers. And that's that flag. It's in the encyclopedia. If your flag ain't in there, you ain't a nation. We don't need to be recognized by the UN. We got a treaty. Unbroken. Unbroken that already say we're a nation. In fact, we don't need them to recognize us, we recognize them.
Demonstrate the measure, would you?
So all we gotta do is refill our seats in our government and start being the people that took on the weight on our shoulders to be responsible for the rest of our race. To police ourselves. So it all just boiled down to who want to be responsible. Who willing to put that weight on their shoulder and stand for God. Because that's what you do when you uphold law. And God's law is the keys to life and death. And death. You know, a lot of our people never even read a statute or a code or ordinance. Ever in their life. They never picked up a law book, period. Period. And the Bible tells us that God said in order to have godly wisdom, you must study the written law. Come on now. You want to have godly wisdom, you got to study the written law. All of it. Real estate, contract, international, state, federal, trust, you name it, study it. You can shift gears on anybody that,
Okay.
all you studied was real estate law, bro. You doing okay. You run a circle around them because you know too many other types of law. The prophets say learn the law because you are the law. How can you enforce it if you don't know it?
Demonstrate.
That's our country, y'all. They ain't, you can't go on YouTube, Facebook, nowhere and see no European saying it ain't.
Okay.
And I honor you for going to Israel. But the prophets say Washington, D.C. gonna be the new Jerusalem. They tricked us. They made us thought we was from somewhere else. We already home. The prophet told us this way back then. Chicago is the new Mecca.
Praise the Lord.
When Malcolm X went over there, they told him, what you over here for? Just left now. Come on. What we gonna do? I'm not a leader. I'm a public servant. That's the greatest job of all. Trust me. Working for God's people to put them back on top. He said he was going to make you the cornerstone of his new nation. The cornerstone is not the stone in the corner of the building. The cornerstone is the very last stone set on top of the pillar. That's you. So, like I said, we already established the government. It's established for the first time in history. If the police or anybody else approach you, you able to tell them that you got your own laws.
Yeah.
And I've been to jail quite a few times, trust me. You tell them that, the first thing they do, they get right on that internet and look for your government. They can get on there and find your government now. They can find your laws, just like you can get on there and look up Title 28, USC Code, such and such of the United States, or Illinois State Statute this. They can get on there and see you got your own laws as a nation of people too. You are no longer a lawless nation. That is important. The only power they have, period, over our people is being able to call you and classify you as Negro, colored, black, and African American. Without that power, by having a nationality, you remove that power, they had no more power. This is what break white supremacy forever. When you started writing your own laws. Nationality theory say that no matter where the citizen go, the laws of his country apply to him wherever he go. Wherever he go. I only live under the laws that my people pass. It's dealing with jurisdiction.
Okay.
Another thing they didn't teach us about. Wasn't on no spelling test I ever had. That other word solid. So I just, you know, I definitely get honest to shit, which is like a father and a brother, also a big brother, you know what I'm saying? But the minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, Marcus Garvey, all. But we in a real position right now. We got real power. You got a sword in your hand now. Because by you writing your own laws, that means you can create and write laws that protect you from other nations. Article 6 of the United States Constitution saying the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or any laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. You got a Constitution now. The judge is bound. He got to uphold what's in your Constitution. He can't go against it. Don't think that they don't know. They can't violate that covenant. That's to pull God wrath on their nation. They not stupid. I love Gaddafi. Gaddafi tore up a constitution at the UN.
Yes, sir.
That's a no-no.
Yes, sir.
Constitutions, again, is a contract in between nations of people and God. Don't get it twisted. Like I say, I ain't that great a speaker, but you know, I do what I do.
That's love.
Let y'all know, we a nation.
Thank you.
We don't have to try to be, we are.
It's
Act
not.
6 of the Divine Constitution, the Moorish Americans are descendants of the ancient Moabites that's in the Bible. Our history lined up. We have got a long, illustrious history with plenty of Moorish kings. And our Hebrew Israelite brothers live with us because we all kin. Make no mistake about it. So, that seed of Abraham also flowed through Lot. Lot is our great-great-great-great-granddad.
Okay, now.
But he too has a covenant. Lot being the righteous man, we being the righteous people. And our God saying that the scepter would never part from the tribe of Judah. That's who we are. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
Yes, sir.